Here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's weekly online workshop. I'm Terilee Harrison. We're all about helping you grow your network. And this week, we're going to be focusing on coaching sessions, which are really the way that we can all build relationships that lead to referrals in our business. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Just so delighted to have you all here, whether you're here in person or catching the replay. So a little bit about me, if you're new, diving into our weekly online workshop and why I would be doing this every single week. I'm a virtual and face-to-face business networking expert and trainer, an entrepreneur, an international speaker, and an author. I've served thousands of business owners in the business networking industry over the last 15 plus years, primarily in Southern California. I say I was networking online before it was cool. I have pictures of myself with brown hair on an iPad 7 years ago. We first came to online networking, and people weren't ready for it, and technology wasn't. Remember Google Hangouts? Google Hangouts allowed us to have like 10 people or less on a screen. So after 1 year, 7 years ago, we took a break. I moved to Singapore. You'll hear that in a second. And about 4 years ago, almost now, and 2 years ago, I said, hey, let's dive into the online networking again. So I was here waiting for everyone when the pandemic came, and suddenly everybody said, ooh, I'm willing to take a look at this. Because pre-pandemic, most people said, I like networking face-to-face. I don't think I can network on screen. So a fun fact about me is, you may notice behind me, I have my own Supergirl cape, and I'm not afraid to wear it. And then again, I'm here coming to you from Southeast Asia today. So wherever you're listening from here live or catching the replay, I'm just delighted to have you with us this week. So we're going to talk about our one-to-one sessions. At Virtual Team, we call them coaching sessions, and it's really about building relationships the right way. So a little bit about coaching sessions. I have to tell you, they don't teach us networking in school, do they? But they should. They really should. And I remember when I first came to networking, I didn't understand the value of the relationship. And I just thought, I don't know about you all, maybe you knew from the beginning, but I just really thought that I just needed to know more people. And the more people that I knew, the better, right? And that everything would all work out for me. Okay. So in the beginning, I was networking in Los Angeles, and I literally joined 15 chambers of commerce all over the greater LA area. And I would go to meetings and I would shake hands and meet people, but I really didn't invest in people outside of the meeting. And what I am here to impart with you today is the importance of the relationship. I will share with you what to do when you begin to build relationships, how to go about it, who it's best to seek out first, and hopefully, if you're newer to networking, help you learn from my mistakes, if you will, along the way, back when I had brown hair, and be able to help you leverage your time in your networking. If we're going to take the time to attend a networking event, it's super important that you also spend the time for the follow-up after the event, and that's investing in people. So let's keep going. Okay, so why invest the time in having coaching sessions? Number one, it is without even considering the business that may come from it. It is just a beautiful thing investing in people, finding out who people are, where they come from, what they do, and exploring how you can help each other. But the only way to really have anything good come from networking is when you begin to know people well. So who do you want to coach with? Well, I'm going to recommend, and this is a whole different workshop. In fact, we did it last week. And the workshop, I'm going to recommend that you spend 80% plus of your networking time with your power partners. So who is that? Well, that's going to be the other people who share your clients, and it's not competition. So people who are in the health and wellness industry should spend most of their time networking with other people that help people look and feel better. People in marketing should spend time with other people in marketing. And usually it's going to be chatting with people who you share a client, but it's not competition. So let's use another example. If you happen to be in real estate, it could be that it's the other people that are involved in the real estate transaction. It could be that it's like the realtor, the mortgage person, the insurance person. You see how they all share a transaction? It could be the finance people. It could be the financial advisor and the CPA and the estate planning attorney. They can all share clients. It's the same for us. No matter what industry we're in, we want to coach with people who share our client first. It's easy to go to a meeting where the screen is full and say, oh my gosh, I want to meet all these people, but we don't have time for that. We just don't have time to meet everyone. So we want to be drilled down and leverage our time to the best that we can. So when should you set a coaching session? I have to tell you, it's not even too late. These days, we have lots of online networking options. I don't think it's too soon in the middle of a meeting to say, hey, in a private chat, I would love to get to know you. Do you think that, would you be interested in chatting? And if you have a link to your online calendar, give it to them. How cool is it, instead of chasing somebody down after a meeting, because that's part of the issue that happens with coaching sessions, is we network. It used to be I would come home from face-to-face meetings with a pile of cards and a pile of brochures. I don't know about you. Did you used to do that? And now it's not. Now I have like one networking notebook. It's a mess, right? But I have one networking notebook because I don't have business cards, right? And I'm making the notes, and I will circle in yellow who I need to follow up with. But it's a follow-up. So how cool is it when you can leave an online networking event and you go back and that person's already booked the time with you? Powerful. Because if we get going on the next call or the next thing, we might somehow let something slip through the cracks, and we don't want to. Not if we think that they are someone that we would love to get to know better, to see if we can collaborate. So where should you have the coaching session? Well, if you happen to be in the position these days to network in your hometown, in your home city, wherever you are, it is always great to get together, whether you're getting together for tea or coffee, to sit across from someone. These days, a lot less of that is happening because we're having more of an opportunity networking online to meet people out in our region, or people nationally or internationally. So I just want to encourage you to, whether you get on Zoom with somebody, whether you get on maybe even a WhatsApp call, depending on where they are. I sometimes even use Facebook Messenger, and you can do a video call in there as well, or just an audio call. Feel free to have the session and get to know people. But one of the best ways, again, to get people connected with you is that online booking calendar. Otherwise, it's when can you meet? Can you meet Tuesday at 3? Well, no, I can't. And the going back and forth, right? This just makes it easier. So how do you properly coach with someone? What do you say? Well, the first thing that I want to share with you is the importance of coaching is not about you. Coaching should not be about you, and it shouldn't be about you selling to the people. Okay, so let's just start from that premise. So there are people that are going to resonate well with you, like you as a person, hear about what you're offering, and totally want to do business with you. And that is amazing. Now, if you start with your power partners, what do you share in common? And that's that you have the opportunity to potentially share clients. So if you have a wonderful health and wellness product and you're networking with an online personal trainer or a yoga person, or maybe even someone that is a nutritionist, right? You have the potential to share clients. And that's when it can properly, things can move along in a way that you'll be just so happy when power partnering really works. But the idea is not, I'm going to meet with them to sell them today. That is not it. That is not it at all. And so I want to, if that is your intention so far, I want to invite you to shift your intention. I think you'll get farther faster when you're all about how can I help this person. I don't know how many of you are on LinkedIn, and I'm a big fan of LinkedIn, huge fan of LinkedIn. But there are a lot of people in there that the minute they connect with you are like, hi, buy my thing. Hi, marry me. Oh, that's another workshop. But but they're the hi, buy my thing. Hi, would you recommend me? And I'm like, I don't know you. So we don't want to hi buy my thing on anyone. That we will get further faster when we don't. So share with them, what do you do? And it can be a back and forth conversation if you'd like. It can be I share what I do. Joel's with us here live, and then Joel would share what he does. Move into who do you work with? Who are your favorite clients? And sharing that. Be specific. The more specific you are, the more you can paint pictures. And again, if you want, you can go back and forth in the conversation. One thing I like to add that's not in here is not only, this is part of the workshops we did 2 weeks ago, but it's in asking for more than one client at a time. So if I was to say that some of my favorite clients are virtual assistants, that's great, and that's specific, and that paints a picture, and maybe you know some. Maybe you have access to some, right? You're going to share with me the same. But what if I was to say to you, I am looking to meet people who train virtual assistants? Because what could that allow me to do? That could allow me to meet a bunch of virtual assistants. You see the difference in asking for one virtual assistant at a time or a bunch of them? It can be also how do you ask for more than one client at a time? Maybe you are interested in speaking at online summits. Maybe you're interested in being a guest on podcasts. Maybe you have your own podcast and you're looking for guests. Just be specific with us, but always ask for more. Ask bigger, ask more specific, ask for more. So next, okay, the question, I brought it up. Who are your power partners? Sharing and being specific with people who you are looking to refer clients back and forth with. So if you're a web designer and you want to meet someone who does promotional products, you want to meet someone that's doing funnels and ads on social media, if you want to meet a LinkedIn coach, if you want to meet a business coach, you see where I'm going with this? Spell it out for us. The thing about networking and people helping us and helping make great connections and back and forth, I think that when people can be super specific, when you're super specific and the people you're chatting with are, we'll be able to help each other make connections. If we're vague at all, if you don't tell me who your power partners are, I can't guess. If you make me guess, I can't help you. But if you will just give it to me and I can write it down, I'm like, yeah, I know somebody like that. And I know someone that would like to meet you. It can be so powerful. So you want to be prepared when it comes to your coaching sessions to be able to share all this information. And just keep in mind, whether it's in a coaching session or at a networking meeting, maybe you have a chance to give a 10-minute presentation, maybe it's in your 1 minute, asking for all these things is super critical too for your networking partners to understand what you're looking for. Sharing what your goals are. Maybe there's a goal you have that somebody can help you with if they just know, but sometimes we don't tell them. So maybe you're launching a new program and you want help getting the word out on that, right? But sharing just what's happening, or maybe it is some of my goals are here on the cupboard above me at my desk, and things like I've been working over the last, how many months now? 13 months. I'm on my way from like 1,800 LinkedIn connections. We just crossed 25. Whoa, and the next one's 30,000. And maybe I want to share that. Maybe I don't. Maybe there's my story that I want to share, right? But you decide, what are your goals you'd like to share, and maybe somebody can help you along the way. How about the wants that you have and the needs that you have in your business right now? Maybe you're looking for someone to help you with that new website. Maybe you're looking for a new business coach. Maybe, I don't know, you need someone, you're ready to bring on a virtual assistant. You could use some advice or a resource. These types of things, when you're coaching, people will remember and they'll help you. And then the most important thing in a coaching session is to brainstorm ways to help each other. Brainstorm ways to help each other. We just don't know. And I have to say, it's very interesting because sometimes I'll meet someone and, oh my gosh, I just really like them. I really like what they're up to. And we don't want to ask to get married on the first date. Sometimes I can see that there's a lot of potential for opportunities to work together when I meet someone, and I want to get so excited sometimes, but you just don't want to take it too far, too fast. So it is okay to brainstorm and plant seeds, but then always look at what next steps are. If you feel that there's any synergy at all, I would invite you, before you leave this coaching session, to set up another time to chat. Maybe that's in another week. Maybe that's in another 2 weeks, in a month, whatever it looks like. But this is the ways to properly coach with someone. Let people know, I have 30 minutes. Let's go for the highest and best use of our time in that 30 minutes. And if that's the case, don't you take up 30 minutes about you. Go back and forth, right? And then say, hey, let's carry this on. You might say 45 minutes, 60 minutes. Coaching sessions can go quite a while. Let the person know when they're getting on how long you have to chat, and make sure that you know how long they have to chat as well. I recommend that for every networking event you attend, that you spend time doing follow-up and coaching, setting coaching calls after. It's possible you can attend an event and be coaching for the next 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how many people you chat with and how long it takes to schedule in. Set a goal for how many coaching sessions you want to hold each week. Maybe that's 1 a day, 2 a day. I don't know what that looks like for you. I can say, just for myself, my journey as we went into lockdown with all the online networking, in the beginning, I was like, well, we're home, so I'll just work 7 days. And eventually I'm like, oh, 7 days on screen is too much. It's too much for me. So then I took the weekends off screen if I could. Unless it was really important, I don't go on screen on the weekend. And then I found that my calendar was open Monday through Friday. You're going to laugh by the time I get to where I'm going with this, but then Monday, Friday, it was totally open. So some days I'm like sitting down and book. I mean, I'm booked crazy. So then someone told me, oh, 2 days a week, I don't take calls. I thought that's good. So by now, I've gone from 7 days of total availability to 3 days. And in those 3 days, I have space between every session that I offer so that I'm not crazily booked. So if we need to go over half an hour, we can, so that I can have a breather. It's just better for me. I don't know what's better for you, but I want to invite you to, we create our life. What do you want to create in your schedule for your sake and for balance in your life? So the next concept is taking the idea of a coaching session and leveling it up even further. And that's this concept. I want to invite you to consider holding group coaching sessions. So once you've met some power partners, bring them together. If you're in a formal group like Virtual Team is, ask your, like if you're in health and wellness, ask your other health and wellness partners and anyone helping people look and feel better, if you will, to come and meet, like once a month. Let's have a meeting and let's explore how we can help each other. Let's explore what's next for us and how can we get out of the box, or I'd say throw away the box. How can we throw away the box and have the opportunity to really do some awesome things together? You can hold webinars with your power partners, summits with your power partners, start posting about each other, doing live streams together. There's so many things we can do to help get the word out about what everybody's doing in their business. One of our mottos at Team is let's cheer each other on and help each other grow. And it's going to be through having coaching sessions that you're going to have amazing relationships to be able to do that. And like I said, when I started, it's one of the most fun, effective, productive ways to grow your business. So I'm going to go ahead and close out our recording today for those who have been listening in to the replay, and then we'll do Q&A for those who are here live. So for those who have listened to the replay, thank you for your time. I'm always so delighted to have this time with you each and every week. If you've not gained access to our virtual team community yet, I want to invite you to do so. You can start off, if you'd like, by joining our free Facebook group. It's virtualnetworking.group. And now every week I do the weekly online workshop, and you can register and catch the replay when you can, or come and be here live. I love to have people here live with me as well. We have our twice monthly global gatherings around the first and third Thursday of the month. They vary in time because we serve a global audience. And so I invite you to plug into our V-Team global gatherings. You can always find out the latest details on the next event at vteamsummit.com. And for those who've never visited a weekly chapter meeting, I would love to invite you to be my guest. All of our meetings are listed at vteamnetwork.com. You can find them there, or message me at Terilee@teamreferralnetwork.com. I'd be happy to personally invite you to a meeting. So thanks everyone for being part of our replay, and we look forward to seeing you next week at our weekly online workshop for growth.